Most welcome to Unified Fields. Today I'd like to talk about education and how the inner world of many entities is already destroyed or manipulated before starting out any education. And so the big problem is that many people do not find their purpose in life because they are not being self-directed by their mental capacities to find fulfillment, to find self-development, to find ambition and passion that flows a lot further than just intuition and the wish to really thrive in life versus the psychology or psychosis of success being implemented in universities today. And that oftentimes breaks students, which is very understandable on many levels, because if universities and high schools want innovation, they want diversity, they want new developments in programs, but have not a program, a simple program that assists students to develop their brain capacities. What is the use with offering new programs that are beyond the modern day educational systems being educated today? So I think there is a high need to bring programs through that support students into a self-support system, a self-help desk, where solutions are many, and that comes from the development of the self, the development of what I've termed in some videos the eye brains, and developing, opening the mental director that coordinates all the capacities, because most people do not know that our mental, psychological health is derived from the entire spine and the nervous system, the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system that generates through the midpoint of your brain, through the entire body, and has its output in your physical health, your capacities, your psychology, and so much more. It is generated through wheels of life that have life-giving properties in the body. And so in the ancient terms, it will be termed chakra systems or wheels of light. And so most people do know the 7 centers that are generated through the body, but do not know that these 7 centers also are coordinated through wheels in the brain. And once they coordinate to perfection, they flow like an open river of life that has no lack of intuition, no lack of knowledge and ambition and knowing your purpose in life. But most of the time, people struggle with the many mistakes we have all been making in our life. They are called diseases, mental diseases, psychological diseases, physical diseases. And so we can all overcome these diseases once we are open to anything that surrounds us and becoming aware that everything has an impact on us and that everything needs to stream into equality. I'm talking about the universe out there. I'm talking about the impact of the planetary system. I'm talking about the impact of other star systems. They are out there not just, for the beauty of the eye, which is also, of course, a very important factor, but also for their knowledge, for their co-operative inputs, for their psychological input, and that is means they can operate and develop or help develop our sensory senses to a high degree, and they can help develop the highest level of psychology, which rules everything in perfection in the body, which is actually integrity. Thinking about the word integrity, we don't see it that much in society today, because integrity will take a level that of psychology that is completely fearless, that is completely egoless, no egotism, and so streaming on equality on all levels of your life, and that is quite something. So education here and innovation comes from the development of your brain, and starts with eliminating what was termed mind or ego consciousness and replacing that with universal consciousness, or the authentic self, your original vibration that can go a million miles further than what we have known until today. So it also comes with the opening of acceptance. Where is your brain at a particular moment in time? What are you willing to develop? What would you like to know? How can you become self and open your mental capabilities that are directed 24/7 if being educated, and so through that direction and coordination with all these mental faculties we have in the brain, we can actually develop super brains, super intelligent people, and create innovation on every level of society. And young people, they are really hungry for innovation. They are tired of the old educational systems. They are tired of following the masses. They are tired of living in a conditioned state with old programs, because they are aware of them, but they do not have the power of the word to explain themselves. And so that cuts their vibration down. And when that can be opened up along their mental capabilities and their high sensory facilities, I would term, that would be such a great asset in their educational time to develop passion, to develop ambition, to develop self-esteem, from acceptance moving into a level of intuition, freedom, and how that can be developed on many levels depending on their interests. So solutionary tracks can be loaded whenever problems arise. That's a very important factor actually, because in the old psychology, there's too many methods that do not work any longer, because it's based on manipulation and self-control, or controlling others. We do not have the right to control others, but we have the right to develop self into a high level of integrity and humility, and that means moving out of anything that has caused ego and moving into equality. This means we are going to eliminate, or we could eliminate, many factors in the brain that are termed stuck patterns, and or that derive from the many mistakes we have been making in our lives. So I don't think there's any entity in this world on earth that didn't make any mistake. That's impossible. I mean, So we know what mistake means, but I would like to go deeper in this particular word. Mistakes means mistakes in health, mistakes in medication, mistakes in education, mistakes in self-development, and so much more. So health in the first place is a grand education, and would be very valuable to start educating in any faculty on a high level with the knowledge what food can do to the body, what psychological food can do to the body, what old consciousness does to the body. That is all factors that manipulate and create diseases. So there's a lot we could go through, especially when knowing that the spinal cord and it's millions, billions, trillions of neurons that function with us are in creation with every thought that comes into the body. So imagine how many problems could be solved or find different solutions for, and innovate education more and more on an individual level, and giving that opportunity to students. That would be massively important, would bring big changes on every level of society, especially in the self, because change comes from changing the self and how your vibration looks in the outer world, because that is all what matters. If we can make young people happy, if we can change educational programs today, and if we can change mentality and attitudes in students today, like with short programs, long-term programs, anything is possible. All we need is one open mind that says, yes, we want to flow with that. We are there for education, and we are done with the old programs that cuts young people down on many levels. I've done some expertise for 5 years now with young people ages 16, 28. And I'm very sad to witness that there's maybe not even 0.5% that really moves into their strength, their health, their wealth, their passion, their intuition, their knowledge, their ambition for life, and everything they could possibly develop to stream and flow in a happy life. Because first and foremost, that should be the first level of education. How to make an entity happy, and what happiness depends on. Because if a student is in distress or overstressed or conditioned, it means it needs to live in a high level limitation. And so education limits most students on a very high degree. And when limitation is the first degree in education, there is never a level of happiness that can bring a new level of economy, politics, a new level in the arts, the intelligence within the arts, architecture, medication, doctorates, physics, science. There's always one degree that overrules everything else. As I said, the mental director that needs a higher level of integrity and the humility to work, educate, and love students as equals, not as a superior being. Because I've seen and had to digest too much of a manipulation through professors in universities, and that has cut so many students off their study after 10 years, still suffering from that same syndrome that causes psychosis in young people because of the manipulation and the control in educational system. No open vibration. It's all scheduled by numbers, not by knowledge, not by intelligence, intuition and wisdom. Because I've witnessed that was the line that was not interesting enough. Points are interesting. And the vibration that could be manipulated. And that is wrong. Completely wrong. Today I want to work for young people. I want to offer programs. I want to support them. Because I have a lot of expertise and good skills that offer immediate solutions when needed. And that is proper education. That is immediate change. That is immediate knowledge. That is intuition that lives right now in strength, in health, in enormous level of mental capacities we want for them. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you.